Last week, I was advised by our integrity unit that one of our Wallabies and Queensland Red players, James Slipper, had returned a positive test for cocaine. The integrity unit reported that this was James's second confirmed positive test for cocaine, recorded from urine samples collected at his home. Under Rugby Australia's illicit drugs policy, the first instance of a positive test remains confidential between the player, the Rugby Australia Integrity Unit and medical staff. This is treated purely as a health and welfare issue, and the player is provided with the appropriate professional support and placed in a target testing pool. James recorded his first positive test for cocaine in February. Earlier this month, James returned a second positive test. A second violation attracts a mandatory period of ineligibility and is referred to a drugs tribunal for consideration. The tribunal conducted its hearing last Thursday here at the Rugby Australia building, with James Slipper joining the hearing via teleconference. The panel consisted of Judge Mark Williams, SC of the New South Wales Supreme Court, and a member of the Court of Arbitration for Sport, Barrister Mr Terry Willis and sports lawyer Mr Stephen Cottrell. The tribunal has now submitted its written determination to Rugby Australia, ordering James to undertake the mandatory minimum period of ineligibility of 2 months and pay a fine of $27,500. We are extremely disappointed to be in this position today, with one of our most senior international players having submitted 2 positive tests for cocaine. We are fully aware that James is dealing with very significant personal issues, and we have been working with him since February on these matters. We are ensuring that James is receiving full help and support, including specialist medical treatment. James has expressed his sincere remorse for his actions and for placing himself, Rugby Australia and the Reds in this very difficult situation. It is an incredibly challenging time for him and his family, and our immediate focus is on James's health and well-being while he undertakes an enforced period of absence from the game. I will now hand over to Ross Xenos, CEO of Rupa, to read a statement from James Slipper, and then I'm very happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Raylene. James can't be with us today, so I'd like to share this statement on his behalf. It is with great regret that I feel it necessary to explain recent events. Unfortunately, I am unfit to personally address these issues today. I'm well aware that I will need to address these issues publicly and the questions associated with this, and will do so as soon as I'm fit and ready. I've been suffering wellness issues, including depression, for a year, and have been receiving professional assistance for the last few months. The advice is that I will make a speedy and total recovery. In no way do my personal circumstances excuse my actions, but I recognise now that I was not coping and that I need to properly address these wellness issues. Recently, I breached the illicit drugs policy of Rugby Australia, and as a consequence have been stood down from playing rugby for a 2-month period and have also received a fine. I take full responsibility for my actions and apologise unreservedly to my family, the Queensland Rugby Union, Rugby Australia, my teammates, coaches and all rugby supporters. I'd like to thank everyone who has continued to support me in this most difficult time, and I fully intend to be a better, more well-adjusted person. There is no place for illicit drugs in sport. I ask that you respect my privacy at this time until I'm ready to comment publicly. Regards, James Slipper.
Raylene, how much of a balancing act is it? How much of a balancing act is it sending out a message against drugs and also while taking that into consideration?
The mental health issues, yeah. Certainly when you have